And news just coming in, top sources have told India Today that Jaish-e-Mohammed chief terrorist, the Maulana of Terror, Masood Azhar, met Taliban's leadership and sought help for Jammu and Kashmir. Now, top sources have told India Today, Maulana Masood Azhar went to Kandahar in the third week of August and met the Taliban leadership after they took control. Remember, they'd taken control after the 15th of August, and he met Taliban leaders, including Mullah Abdul Ghani Baradar. Masood Azhar sought help from Taliban for Jaish-e-Mohammed to resume to carry out high visibility terrorist attacks in Jammu and Kashmir. Masood Azhar, we are told, and this is information that's coming in through top sources, expressed happiness at Taliban's victory and the collapse of the US forces and the US-backed Afghanistan government. Now, in his write-up titled Manzil Ki Taraf, or Towards the Destination, on the 16th of August, this Maulana of Terror, Masood Azhar, thanked the Almighty for the success of Mujahideen in Afghanistan. A message is also being circulated amongst Jaish-e-Mohammed functionaries at various markaz, especially at the markaz at Bahawalpur, greeting each other on the victory of the Taliban and urging them to be grateful for ensuring this victory. I quickly want to cut across to India Today's executive editor Shiv Arur, joining us on this big breaking story. Shiv, this is a cause for grave concern. The Maulana of Terror, Masood Azhar, travels to Kandahar and seeks Taliban's help for Jammu and Kashmir.
Not the first time that he's been to Kandahar either, as we so well know here in India, Gaurav. Maulana Masood Azhar, who is otherwise based under, very, very high-level Pakistani protection anywhere between Bahawalpur and Rawalpindi, is understood to have visited Kandahar in Afghanistan to meet with the Taliban leadership earlier this month, somewhere in the third week after the Taliban had taken over. This is what we're hearing from our sources. A couple of media reports have also conjectured that this visit actually did happen. Obviously, there won't be any confirmation from either side on this, but this ties in very well with what we've been reporting here on India Today already, Gaurav. The Jaish-e-Mohammed, which is known to have had some depleted strength, would be wanting to re-establish some of its old, connections with the Taliban. As you rightly told our viewers just now, the Jaish-e-Mohammed has been welcoming, the return of the Taliban in Afghanistan. There is much that the JEM, which has been weakened over the last few years, thanks to Indian actions, including Balakot and elsewhere, would be wanting more fighters, more weapons, more logistical support. And right now, the Taliban is practically brimming over with all of these things. So,
absolutely, Shiv. In fact, that's the point I was coming to.
And Mullah Baradar of the Taliban in Kandahar makes a lot of sense. We wonder whether we'll get more information about precisely what, but help for terror operations against India across the line of control in POK in Kashmir is very likely to have been what was on the table. So this is a big story that we're breaking here on India Today.
Oh, absolutely. And Shiv, a cause for serious concern is not just the M4A1 assault rifles. They have American assault rifles. They have light bulletproof jackets. Shiv, the bigger cause for concern is the fact that they'll have access to high technology night vision devices, bulletproof jackets, helmets, and secure communication equipment left behind by the Americans. Jaish-e-Mohammed, Lashkar-e-Taiba, and other assorted terrorists will have access to these.
Absolutely, Gaurav. You're totally right. I'm pretty sure that the Jaish-e-Mohammed and the Taliban already have established communication channels, where the nuts and bolts of how the Taliban can help the Jaish-e-Mohammed must already be there. Remember, the Taliban had given out some mixed signals initially about not having anything to do with Kashmir. But obviously, our intelligence agencies have figured that there is going to be a direct impact on India thanks to the huge masses of weaponry and advanced equipment, like you rightly pointed out, night vision equipment that will seriously upgrade the capabilities of infiltrating terrorists of the Jaish-e-Mohammed and the Lashkar-e-Taiba. The LET and the JEM have also worked together for many terror attacks in the recent past. So we know that all of these, entities functioning under the ISI are trying to align themselves into a much more efficient terror supply chain, all of it pointed, towards India on the line of control. So this meeting between Maulana Masood Azhar and the Taliban bosses definitely ties in with that. It's going to be a huge cause for concern.
It is. It's a huge challenge. I have Qamar Agha joining me on the broadcast, a very well-respected security affairs analyst who joins us on the broadcast. Qamar Agha, you heard Shivarur talking about Lashkar-e-Taiba and Jaish-e-Mohammed having collaborated and cooperated before. The parliament attack that took place, you had the Jaish-e-Mohammed and Lashkar-e-Taiba operating in tandem. Now you have JEM 2.0 with access to American rifles, bulletproof jackets, helmets, night vision devices, and communication equipment. Sir, what do you make of the challenge and this meeting that's being reported between Maulana Masood Azhar and Mullah Abdul Ghani Baradar in Kandahar?
These are the organizations, basically they are sister organizations. They have the same ideology, the Taliban, the Jaish-e-Mohammed, and some other organizations. If you look at the religiously, both of them, belongs to Deoband Tehreek of Pakistan, which is very extremist, have very deep links with Al-Qaeda and other organizations. And they have collaborated in the past also during 1996 and 2001. And besides this, now they will have access to all these. Some of the militant camps, they have moved to Afghanistan, and ISI is behind them, working, that is the main factor. The meeting must have been organized by the ISS, and ISS is also helping Taliban. So in fact, this is the ISI or Pakistan have taken over the Afghanistan. So all these militant groups are moving their headquarters or their camps to Afghanistan. It's a big challenge for India in times to come.
That's a very important point you raise, that it is Pakistan's ISI that is actually pulling the strings, irrespective of the terrorist organization, whether it's Lashkar-e-Taiba, Jaish-e-Mohammed, Haqqani network, part of the Taliban, and so crucial that it's controlling security of Kabul at this point of time, or even the Islamic State Khurasan module. You have Amrullah Saleh, the caretaker president of Afghanistan, who told India Today in 2015 that there is no difference between Pakistan's ISI and ISIS except an additional S that's added to the Islamic State.